कुंज बिहारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरधारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधवा बिहारी जयो गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोधनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शना जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining on the Sunday evening, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to all the devotees here. So today we are going to move to a new chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is the 7th chapter, which is called the knowledge of the absolute truth. And we are starting the chapter today. So we will see shloka 1 and 2. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Prabhuji, can you see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So this chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita is also called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And we will see the shloka 1 and 2 today. So we can read the first shloka. So text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yata Jnasyasi Takshruno Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yata Jnasyasi Takshruno Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yata Jnasyasi Takshruno. Okay, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. So, translation, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Purport. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. So Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. Also, four kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna and four kinds of unfortunate people who never take up to Krishna are described in this chapter. In the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul, capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yogas. At the end of the 6th chapter, it has been clearly stated that the steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, or in other words, Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of all these yoga. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. Impersonal Brahmajyotir or localized Paramatma realization is not perfect knowledge of the absolute truth because it is partial. Full unscientific knowledge is Krishna, and everything is revealed to the person in Krishna consciousness. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. Different types of yoga are only stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahma Jyotir and Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna consciousness yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their manifestations with paraphernalia. One should therefore begin yoga practice as directed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Concentration of the mind upon Krishna, the Supreme, is made possible by prescribed devotional service in 9 different forms, of which Shravanam is the first and most important. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tashrunu, or hear from me. No one can be a greater authority than Krishna, and therefore, by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna conscious person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna, and not from a non devotee upstart puffed up with academic education. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this process of understanding Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is described in the 2nd chapter of the 1st canto as follows. I'm skipping the shloka because we have less time. So the translation is: to hear Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the mode of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the signs of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of Asamshayam Samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the signs of Krishna. So that is the first shloka. So we will quickly read through the shloka 2 as well. The shloka is Jnanam te aham savijnanam idam vakshyami asheshataha yajnatva neha bhuyo nyaj nyatavyam avashishyate. ज्ञानं ते अहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्यामि अशेषतः यज्ञात्वनेह भूयो न्याज ज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्यामि अशेषतः Yajñatvaneha bhuyo nyaj Jnatavyam avashishyate. Translation and purport by Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The translation is, I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Purport: complete knowledge includes knowledge of the phenomenal word, the spirit behind it, and the source of both of them. This is transcendental knowledge. The Lord wants to explain the above mentioned system of knowledge, because Arjuna is Krishna's confidential devotee and friend. In the beginning of the 4th chapter, this explanation was given by the Lord, and it is again confirmed here. Complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to know the source of all knowledge, who is the cause of all causes, and the only object for meditation in all types of yoga practice. When the cause of all causes becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known and nothing remains unknown. The Vedas, Mundaka Upanishad, says, Kasminyu bhagavo vijñate sarvam idam vijñatam bhavatiti. So that's the second shloka. So before going to the discussion, let's do our prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padha Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So quickly recapping, last week we had a very nice class by His Grace Sachidulal Prabhu. So as we say, we have finished chapter 6. So till now, the main purpose, as it is told in the purport of this shloka also, uh, one main thing which we have discussed so far, or the main topic of Bhagavad Gita, is we have to realize that we are not this body but the soul. So the Atma Gyan, right from the second chapter itself, that keeps coming. And Krishna has been explaining different yoga systems. So we have seen Karma Yoga. In chapter 6, we have seen Dhyana Yoga. So at the end of the Dhyana Yoga, which is the chapter 6, Krishna clearly says, Yoginam api Sharvesham, meaning who is the best of the yogis. And who is it? One who does transcendental loving service to me. So that is what Krishna says in the for the last shloka of chapter 6. So he says he's the most intimately united with me in yoga. So we have seen that yoga means its connection. So one who does transcendental service to Lord Krishna, Krishna says he is very well connected to me. So that's where the 6th chapter ends. So now that continues in the 7th chapter also. So the Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Actually, they say that this Bhagavad Gita is out of this 18 chapters, it's divided into 3 parts: the first 6, the middle 6, and the last 6. So this middle 6 is like the important ingredient of the sandwich. like or the burger. So the middle part of it, it talks extensively about the Bhakti Yoga, the middle chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So here, as we saw in the heading also, it is the Jnana Vijnana Yoga, meaning the jnana, the knowledge, and vijnana, the practical application of it, is what this chapter talks about. And Krishna says very clearly that, what is Krishna consciousness? So
Right.
this middle 6 chapters clearly tells about how what Krishna consciousness is all about and how we can be Krishna conscious. So right on our subject that we are starting today. Um, so why is jnana and vijnana both are important? Because I know most of us would have read so many pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, be it from Prabhupada's Leelamrit, or be it hearing from the senior devotees, or being it hearing from his own disciples his own disciples, the Maharajas in ISKCON we have. One thing that has always struck us is that Prabhupada gave them and practiced what he preached. Like any pastime you take, they will always say Prabhupada was not just fanatic, or Prabhupada was not giving them what he can't follow. So Prabhupada lived his philosophy. Prabhupada lived what he preached. So, Prabhupada showed that the knowledge can be applied. Krishna consciousness is a science. It is not something alien. It is there in all of us and it can be practically applied. Same way, Bhagavad Gita also. How do we apply practically the Bhagavad Gita in our daily life? So, we need to have the knowledge and we need to apply also. Otherwise, the knowledge is not complete. Only theoretical knowledge is not a complete knowledge. I thought of telling this and I saw it also in yesterday's one of the WhatsApp forwards. Very nice pastime, which I like of Srila Prabhupada actually. So, how in a very witty way that Prabhupada can teach us our lesson. Some of you would have seen this, but let's see it again. So, Srila Prabhupada was walking once through the streets of the Los Angeles, and his morning walks are very famous because devotees just look forward to it. Prabhupada has a lot of discussion. It can be a general knowledge, it can be about ISKCON management, or it can be about philosophy. So, one such long morning walk in the Los Angeles city. So Prabhupada was holding his cane and he suddenly took a cane and showed a big building there. And he said, one day we will have a big building like this as a temple for Krishna. So everyone said, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. So, acknowledging and saying that, yes, we will do it. And Prabhupada just walked, and there was a driveway, and there was a big limo car there. And Prabhupada said, one day let's have a big car like this for Krishna. Everyone says, Jai, Jai, Jai Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada just walked some more thing. And he said, he saw a dog and said, one day let's have a dog like this for Krishna. And all his disciples were, Jai, Jai, Prabhupada, Jai, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada suddenly stopped and said, stupid people, why do we need a dog for Krishna? Understand, don't blindly, just accept. So I was, that's a nice way how Prabhupada taught us that don't blindly believe anything. So we should understand, we should practically see, okay, it's a knowledge, yeah, we need to build a temple. And Prabhupada clearly said that Krishna doesn't want anything from you. Krishna has everything, much more. It's whatever, everything is all is. So, there's a nice pastime to tell us that we need to have the knowledge and also the practical sense of it. Some common sense needs to be applied there. So, coming to the shloka also, in the shloka, Krishna says, what is yoga? Again, yogam is explained. Yoga means somebody who's very, yoga means the bhagya. So, it's explained here, and he says how one should be doing it. So, Krishna says, Maya Sakta Manapartha. So, he says, keeping in mind always attached to Krishna. That is what is yoga system. So basically, being Krishna conscious. So having Krishna in your mind means always in your mind means always being conscious of Krishna, being Krishna conscious. So Krishna conscious is a very ideal yoga system. Nowadays we know there are so many yoga systems, different names every day. They call it meditation, they call it exercise, they call it gymnastics, they call it by a different name. So many yogas are available, but sometimes they even meditate on nothing. Like in my school days also, they used to take us to a class where it says man making education. I still remember that period was called man making education, and all we have to do is close your mind and concentrate on nothing. That's the time good rest for us. So it's very difficult, right? So because even if you have to think of something, like think of a place, think of a person, think of your friend, unless you have that person in your mind, it is very difficult for us to concentrate. So concentrating on something itself is very difficult, but concentrating on some, I mean, there is nothing, is very difficult. So Krishna says the best yoga is to keep or concentrate your mind on me. And we all know one big example or one life lesson for us is Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, though was a very small boy, he could achieve success just because he concentrated his mind on Krishna. So he was guided by Narada Rishi, of course, but I mean, he took the advice and he was able to concentrate on Krishna, and his yoga became successful in a short time. So that is what we have to learn from Dhruva Maharaj lesson, that uh, and it is also said that any type of yoga, for example, you can do meditation, but meditate on the form of the Lord. I mean, any type of yoga can be done with bhakti. That's a very nice thing, right? So you do any yoga but
Yes.
with bhakti, meaning you have you have the Lord in your mind, and you can do any yoga. So when you can do uh, anything with bhakti, then it is as well good as doing bhakti yoga. So rather than doing any other yoga, if you do bhakti yoga, the results are guaranteed. So that's what Prabhupada keeps stressing. So when he says karma yoga, when he says dhyana yoga, when he says jnana yoga, everything he says that you can do it through Krishna consciousness, through bhakti yoga. So that is what has been, I mean, Prabhupada stressing this throughout the Bhagavad Gita, that bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga. So that's what we see here also, and Krishna is recommending here that I mean, concentrate your mind on me, and I mean, without doubt, you will understand. So when we concentrate our mind on Krishna, what does he say? You will know me in full. That is asamshaya, so no doubt of it. So when you meditate on me, when you fix your mind on me, when you are Krishna conscious, then you will understand me. There is no shortcut to it. The only way to understand Krishna is by rendering loving service to him. How do we do it? In the form of bhakti yoga. And Krishna also says, how do we do it? Madashrayaha, take shelter. Ashraya is shelter, all of us know that. So he says, take shelter of me. He doesn't say take shelter of XYZ. He says, clearly says, take shelter of me. So we'll have to understand that we take shelter of Krishna through his devotees. So Krishna's, I mean, in earlier chapter also, we have always seen that evam parampara praptam. So this knowledge is complete only when it comes in the parampara system, the bona fide parampara system. So we cannot get this knowledge from any mundane scholars. I know there is so much Bhagavatam reciting that is happening. I mean, Bhagavad Sapta is one of the fancy program these days that people in lockdown, they say that I hear from that Bhagavad Gita, I hear Bhagavatam from here. But Krishna clearly says, unless you hear it from my bona fide disciple, unless who is coming from the parampara system, then this knowledge is not received. Krishna himself says that's why he restarted this knowledge with Arjuna when the knowledge which he's told to Vivaswan was lost. So we should understand that we'll have to take shelter of Krishna through his bona fide devotee, and that is how we get this knowledge. Yeah, so I mean, Prabhupada also in clearly in the purport says that I mean, for example, the same Dhruva Maharaj example, Dhruva Maharaj took shelter of Narada Rishi. he listened and he was initiated in the mantra and he was able to concentrate and then achieved the result. So Krishna says, Takshrunu, hear from me. It's not like it's directly saying that Bhagavan is saying that hear from me. So that's what Prabhupada always stresses, right? So we cannot interpret in our own words the Bhagavad Gita. So whatever Krishna has given, we hear it through his bona fide disciples, and that is how this knowledge can be accepted. And what do we? What is the first step when we say hearing? That is the Shravanam. So in the 9 types of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, in that Shravanam is the first thing. First, we'll have to hear about. So only when we hear about a person, we get to know more about them, and then we start interacting, and then we get to know even more, and then we develop a rapport, we develop a relationship with them. So that's the process. So for knowing Krishna also, the first step starts with Shravanam, hearing about Krishna. And it's nicely explained in this chapter that uh, when people hear, Krishna clearly says not everyone will be willing to hear. In the later part of this chapter, it says who will be surrendering to Krishna, who are the 4 types of people who will not be ready to surrender to Krishna. So all that is mentioned, and Krishna says that when you hear, uh, when you start hearing and when you get this interest to hear about Krishna, what happens? The Bhakti Lada Bija, the seed of bhakti is sown in our heart. So again, that happens only when we hear from a pure devotee. You will really find a difference when the pure devotees talk. So when we hear that, when we get that Bhakti Lata Bija and what is our duty towards it, so when we start hearing that, by the mercy, we have some bhakti that is starting in our heart. It is our duty to water it regularly. That's what is our duty. So how do we water it? Like we know the plants are there, so we water, but the seed of bhakti that is sown, it is very tender, and unless it is taken care of it properly, then we lose it. Meaning, for example, people lose taste in their sadhana, people lose taste to do any service, they become lazy again. This is very easy, especially now when we don't get to meet devotees, when we don't get good association of devotees. It is very easy for us to get lazy. Like okay, one day let's watch the IPL match, it's fine. One day it's okay, let's skip the temple program. So it is very easy, but Prabhupada clearly says that it is very important for us to keep watering that seed of bhakti, because with so much mercy of a Vaishnava, with so many they say, right, to even chant one time the holy name, we should have done so much of pious things in our so many previous life. So after doing that, we should not let it go wasted. So how do we do that? I know the Kartik month is here, and we have the, as everyone says it, the sale season is here. So I mean, anything small that is done, we will get a zoom growth of this Bhakti Lata Bija. But again, that small thing is to be done by us. So I mean, how do we do it? Is only by the association of the devotees. So we should always keep in mind. And Krishna says, following that in the second shloka also, Krishna clearly says, once you know Krishna, there is nothing else that is remaining for you to know. How easy it is. I know being it in our in students academic life, or be it in your office life, the learning never stops, is what we have always heard, right? So there is always new things coming up. We'll have to keep upskilling ourselves, we'll have to keep upgrading ourselves. I'm not saying we should not upgrade ourselves in our bhakti, but our goal is fixed. I mean, my goal is, I'll have to know Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and if I can render service to him in whatever way possible, then my life goal is achieved. The process is always a progress, but your goal is there, that I'll have to surrender to Krishna. So that's what Krishna says, that he is the cause of all causes, sarva karana karanam. When you know the most higher authority, then I think everything else falls in place. We have seen examples like watering the root or feeding your stomach rather than the other organs. It's like once we know how to serve Krishna or how to surrender to him, then there is nothing that remains unknown. There's a shloka in there is there is a shloka which explains this. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paritvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchyate. So the rishika, which is our senses, which is the best way to use our senses is doing service to Rishikesha, who is the master of the senses. So Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam is the topmost form of bhakti. I mean, bhakti ruchyate. That is the best yoga that we can do, is to engage our senses in the service of Rishikesha, or in the service of Krishna. So Krishna says, once you know this, there is nothing else for you to be known. So understand that I am the cause of all causes, and you'll have to meditate on me and know me in full. So now what happens when I know Lord completely? Then I would at least not waste times in mundane things. We get worried about small problems in life, with the pandemic around, with so many people losing jobs, with students not knowing how to take care of their exams. So many things, right? People are not able to travel. There is a recession out there. So many industries are facing losses. So, but at least we know that Krishna is there to take care. I mean, nothing, not even a blade of grass moves without the sanction of the Lord. So why worry about it? Take it as Krishna's blessing. Take it as something, a blessing in disguise, and let's use our time, which is worthwhile in understanding more about the Krishna. And like Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted a planet bigger than his grandfather. So that was the same. He was so angry that he was not allowed to sit in his father's lap. So with that anger he started, and then when he concentrated his mind, and the moment he saw the Lord, he didn't even want to ask anything. That is how our mind changes. Once we understand Krishna, uh, there would be nothing that we would need. We can see it from all the Maharajas we see, right? I mean, they go through so much of struggle, they do so much of preaching, but they are always enthusiastic in giving the knowledge to us. They are throughout the day ready to talk about Krishna, and you can see the enjoyment they have in giving Krishna to us. So that is the biggest wound we would get. We can just, it's a long way to go, but we can understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, there is that goal that I want to achieve, that I will also lose taste. I'm not saying it would happen in 1 or 2 days, but I mean 1 or 2 years or even one lifetime. But that is the goal we'll have to keep. The more I understand about Krishna, the more I'm interested in scriptures, the more I'm interested in this transcendental knowledge. Am I losing taste on material things? It's a scale for us to measure. Krishna says that when you know me, you don't want anything else. So am I progressing right? I mean, do I have less preferences for other things, and am I getting more interested to these things? So that is one thing which will always measure us. I mean, how far is it my progress, and how much more should I do it? Because I know we are lucky that we are born in India, because I mean that we should preach this to the whole world. But on the other side of it, we always think we know everything. That's one problem we have, right? Because even before coming to Krishna consciousness, at least from my end, I used to think, okay, born in a I mean I so-called pious family, and we know what God is. Yeah, so I mean, anything we need, we go and ask God. I want good marks in exam. Yes, somebody is not feeling well, for him to get well. Okay, I go and ask. Monday, go to this temple. Tuesday, go to this temple. Wednesday, go. See, I am very pious. I do this. I do this puja. I'm very pious. So that is the problem we have. That we think we know. We think we have the knowledge, but I mean, people also say, right? Yeah, I have read Bhagavad Gita. One of my friends said, so I had a 6-hour journey. I just picked it up, the Gita Press Bhagavad Gita on the thing, and I finished the whole thing in my train journey. It was so interesting. but is that the knowledge that they are receiving? I mean, can they apply the knowledge, what they received, the vijnana part, is it done? So that, I mean, unless they apply the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in their life, it is not useful. Gita is meant to be the way of life. So I mean, we understand that we have the knowledge, but is it through the right time and, I mean, right source, and are we applying in the right form, is some check which we'll also have to do. And how do, I mean, as I told you, the best way to understand or apply this knowledge is through the sadhu sangha, through the association of devotees. Personally, all of us would have felt this, that I can sit in my home and practice, but it is not very easy. Only when you see others, like, you understand, okay, they are also leading a normal life like me, they are also going to work, they also have a family. How do they practice Krishna consciousness? I mean, what is Krishna consciousness for them? What is KC for them? I mean, how they are chanting, how they are preparing boga, or what service are they doing? So that is how you understand how to apply the science. Reading, I think, if you are a tech book savvy, all of us can read it, but applying, the main ingredient is definitely sadhu sangha, the association of the devotees. Because we have I mean, when we go to yatra, for example, we see so many people doing different things. For example, a festival in the temple, so much services right there, and you can see people over and beyond doing service. That's really an encouragement for you. I mean, if they can spend so much hours there, they can come from far for attending a mangalarati, they can stay back serving prasadam for the temple, they can stay back for cleaning the temple. I mean, that gives you an inspiration saying, okay, we can also do it. I mean, for me, I would be thinking, no, 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 I'm working, I manage work, I manage home, I manage elders at home, I manage kids at home, or I teach people. No, but there will be people who will always do more than you. I mean, that is the lesson for you to understand that there is always a scope for you to progress. So, and when you get any service also, like, be it your temple service or deity worship or abhishekam or arranging anything, when you see other people, you will understand there is a better way to do it. There is always something to learn. So only by this association of other devotees we understand how practically the vijnana part of it is easy to understand only when we associate with like-minded people. Anything to practice, we need someone to help us or guide us through. So the devotees are always very merciful, or it's always better to learn from them. Because we saw this point, right? Prabhupada lived his life to whatever he preached. I mean, Prabhupada gave us whatever he practiced, his philosophy he practiced throughout his life. Now, we being his grand disciples, it's onus on us that we will also have to be, somewhere responsible. Because, I can put a tilak, I can put a Vaishnava attire, I can put a neck bead, but how am I behaving? It really matters. I mean, people do take things from us. We'll have to start inspiring people, saying that KC is a way of life. I mean, it's very easy that we can start preaching, but unless we practice ourselves, unless we tell them that this is a good way to do it, or this is a part of it. We keep telling, right? It's just the change in the consciousness. You need not renounce and go to a forest to do a bhakti yoga. You will have to just get Krishna in your life. You'll have to get Krishna in the center, and everything else is taken care. Are we all not happy about it? At least we are very blissful to hear about Krishna conscious. We are very happy to meet devotees. We look forward to temple festivals. We are really missing the association now. So those things should come in our practice. That people should start seeing us and be inspired to take up KC. Because we can ask that, I am not perfect, how can I preach to others? If we wait for perfection, I think 2 days back we saw Pankaj Angri Prabhu's quote, where Jaipadak Swami Guru Maharaj has told them that don't wait for you to become perfect, because that would never happen. Because end of the day, we are all human beings. So imperfection is always there. But how much ever have how much ever do I know? can I pass on that mercy? Because once you preach, the mercy automatically flows. And we will also progress. When I'm telling something to my kid, I ensure that, okay, I practice that because I want him to do that, and he's seeing me, so I will practice that. So similarly, when we tell people, then that is our practical application. Are we following that, and are we passing on the mercy to others? So that's the important part of the Vijnana part of it. So we are all getting the Shravanam, we are all getting the Jnana. We will do the Vijnana by preaching. And what better time to preach than this Kartik month? Because we have been hearing the glories of Kartik month so much. Lord is extremely merciful. It is very, very dear month for Krishna because of all the pastimes. And I think we should use this Kartik month to encourage other people also to take up the Krishna consciousness, and test our Vijnana part of the knowledge. So when I say this Kartik month, I remember one nice pastime which I recently heard. So we all know the Damodar pastime, but the explanation given by Hari Sauri Prabhu, who is also Prabhupada's disciple. So he says what is actually the essence of the Damodar Leela, and it is wonderfully explained. So he says that when the Lord broke the butter pot, Mother Yashoda was very angry that he did the mischief again. So Mother Yashoda, in anger, wanted to catch Krishna, but Krishna was not being caught. Krishna ran as fast as he could. But the moment her anger calmed down and she had the love for Krishna, she was thinking, oh my God, my Krishna would get hurt. He's running very fast. The moment she had that love in her heart, Krishna turned back and was saying, oh mom, how far are you there? So that change of the mood from anger to love really made Krishna slow down. And what was Yashoda Maya doing? She had Krishna in her lap, and she thought that the milk was boiling, and she left Krishna and she ran for attending the milk stove. So a correlation here is in our life also. We ignore Krishna and we look for some material things. We want to take care of our family, we want to do planning for our retirement, we want to take care of our health insurance, we want to take care of our kids, kids' education, etc. So, our fame, our power, our promotion, our family, everything comes comes as importance that we ignore Krishna. The moment we ignore Krishna, we all understand this place there is lot of miseries also. So neither are we successful materially, because padam padam yap vipadam, right? So everywhere there is danger. So but we don't understand that. We think this is our happiness, and we ignore Krishna, and we take care of our material things, and thereby occur loss there also. That is what they say. But Krishna says, but there is still one hope. If such a kind of soul at some time he turns back, he says, okay Krishna, I want you, then Pratipadam. So Krishna says, every step you take towards me, I come closer to you. So the moment Yashodamaya was thinking that Krishna, you will get hurt, the moment she wanted Krishna, Krishna slowed down and she was able to catch Krishna. So that's exactly what we have to do, right? And this really struck me the way Hari Sauri Prabhu said, it applies to all of us. We are ignoring Krishna and we are running after something else. And Krishna says, once you understand me, there is nothing else for you to know. There is nothing else that would be remaining for you to know. So it's such a nice correlation with the Damodar Leela that has happened, that the moment we want Krishna, even a small step, I'm increasing one round of chanting, or I'm doing that Deepadan, or I'm reading that half an hour of Srila Prabhupada books, any small step we take, Krishna says he will give the intelligence. In Prabhupada, Prabhupada, he has said, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto. So Krishna, as in everyone's heart, seats, and he gives the intelligence. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. So he gives that buddhi through which we can attain Krishna. So, Kartik month, let's all hope, let's all try to make our own progress, and let's try to preach others and see that our bhakti in our heart is also growing. and we are also able to apply practically the knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita and inspire others also to take up the Krishna consciousness. So that's what I had for today. Any questions? Do we have any questions from anyone?
I'd request devotees to unmute and ask your questions, or you can type in the chat box, which I can read it to Mataji. Anybody have any questions?
So, Mataji,
Yes.
are we here?
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji.
Kartik Mas, what else can we do apart from Deepdan?
Chant more, Prabhu.
And more?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good if we can increase our chanting, because chanting is like a password we have uh, to the entry to the spiritual world. And the more we chant, it's said in Sikshashtakam, Cheto Darpanamarchanam. So the more we chant, we will get cleared of all the dust and we will know our identity. And that actually will give us an intelligence on what next can we do. So, I mean, reading Srila Prabhupada books, reading about Krishna, reading what is given by Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And if you can chant more, that's all Prabhupada has told us to do. Not only Kartik month, but Kartik month, whatever you do, you get so many times benefit. But anytime, we chant more, it's always blissful. If we can increase our chanting. Yes. Anyone else has any question?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, whom we call it as pious soul before coming to the Krishna consciousness.
Okay. So it's very nicely, I mean, in one of Prabhupada's lecture, he says, so you can think of yourself to be a pious soul because I don't harm anyone. I don't hurt anyone. Like, for example, I don't do any of the I don't break any of the regulative principles. Like, I don't eat meat, I don't gamble, or I don't take any intoxicants. I give people on charity. I am being good to everyone. I mean, I don't hurt anyone, at least intentionally, through body, mind, or words. All of us can ask, like, when we eat also there is a lot of germs and all. I'm not going that deep, but if I am a pious soul, even then, what is the use? So when we do a pious activity also, you get good karma of it. So it is said that you can be a pious soul by doing good activity, but that will also not guarantee you a devotional service, or that will not guarantee you to end the material life cycle. Like, you are still in the cycle of birth and death. So you can be a pious soul, but it's better you become a devotee of Krishna. So it is like you understand that your soul, that's the first step, and then you understand your relationship with the Lord, who is the master, who is the super soul. So after being a soul, understanding the soul, then you understand the relationship with Krishna. That is better. So that will be guiding you towards the Lord. So pious souls are basically these people who give on charity, who do good karma, basically not hurting anyone. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Any other question?
Anybody have any more questions? They can unmute and ask. Okay.
Okay. So if
There are
there's
no
nothing,
questions.
thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let's hope to meet you all in person soon. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, I think you can
Thank you,
have
Mataji.
a
Hare
small
Krishna.
kirtan still, because I can't see Amla Mataji has yet joined, and we still have 7 more minutes. So maybe Hare Krishna Maha Mantra you can sing for 5 more minutes, Mataji.
Yes, we can do that. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thanks, Mataji.
No problem,
Thanks.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for the session. So I'll just call Amla Mataji so that she can join.
Sure, Prabhu.
So I would request devotees to stay because I can see mainly the core devotees are in the group. So Amla Mataji will join and she will be giving the session on the Kartik Damodar month, what we have to do. So just give me 1 minute. Yes, Amla Mataji is joining in 1 minute. So let's wait for 1 more minute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thanks for joining.
Hare Krishna.
We all are waiting for you.
Hare Krishna. Just finished one program, so that is why. Oh wow! I thought this is the core group, no?
Yes, Mataji. All the core devotees today.
Core group is excellent. Gaurav Prabhu, Sudhamai, Kiran.